Welcome back, everyone. Here I have another Sudbury Sudbury Quartz tip. That's really nice and clean. I got this from a local person who goes to the mines and gets the tips and the stones themselves. It's very, very nice and very clean inside. Now, I got this a couple of years ago and I decided I'm gonna cut it. And I'm gonna make something really different. I want to create my own design, completely create my own design. It's unique. I hope it's gonna be nice. From what I imagine, it's gonna be elongated, sort of like a water wave. And here I'm pre-shaping it and starting to look inside and see what it's very, very clean. I know that, and I hope it turns out the way I planned, the way I envision it. I'm dopping it, and here I'm putting it in the quill of the machine, and I'm gonna start cutting. It's gonna be very complicated on my beautiful homemade machine. It's gonna be complicated because it's gonna take me some time. So here we go. Trying to kind of make girdle, but I have no idea how I'm gonna make this cut that I imagine. So I think there's gonna be a lot of changes. So I may cut some facets and then recut them differently until I get the shape that I want. Because what I imagine in my mind, I still don't know how I'm gonna make it, turn it into reality. I may have to recut some facets and go over some things after, and then hopefully in the end it will work out. Here at least I'm getting the outline, where the outline of the stone is going to be, and that's a good start. At least I know the outline of the stone and square it up. As you can see, square the corners and make them even, somewhat symmetrical. And I'm starting to cut because it's quite a large stone. It's over 400 carats. I'm starting to cut on a 50 grit diamond plated steel lap. Here you can see there's a lot of inclusions on that one little corner. That's where the tip was broken off the cluster. So I have to clean that up, and most of it will be gone by the time I cut the facets. And I'm checking again, more outline for the corners. Again, it's all testing for me. So I'm gonna try different angles. And of course, whatever I cut on one corner, I have to sort of repeat on the opposite corner. Because this is not going to be sort of all four corners exactly the same. It's going to be one is rounded, one is rounded and one is sharp, so that's where I'm gonna get the sort of wave. And I'm just gonna test and see how it goes. And obviously I can't record every bit because I have to cut with one hand and use the camera with the other, and that doesn't work out for me. I don't do well. I don't do that very well, so I have to sort of speed things up. And those are the sapphires, Vietnamese sapphires that I'm cutting as well, and cabbing. Yeah, speed it up sort of with little clips here and there, and hopefully we'll get the entire idea. So I'm sort of testing the first tier. And it looks pretty good. Yeah, there's those sapphires again, multicolor Vietnamese sapphires. They're unheated, by the way, if anyone's interested. Unheated and just natural, straight from the mine into the miner just sends them.
Que felicidade.
Yeah.
Perceber os amigos que estão vindo. Que felicidade. A turma toda se unindo, sorrindo. Que felicidade. Não me lembro se existe guerra, somente luz há na favela. Que felicidade. Nossa vida é bela. E agora eu quero cantar com amigos.
Now since I'm moving in further, I'm using 1200 grit and 3000 grit to do the cut, and then polish with my 60,000 polishing disc. This heavy duty polishing, it's kind of a resin impregnated with. I've used before, you've seen it before, with 60,000 grit diamonds. Very expensive, but sometimes it makes a mess more than anything. Time for a rest. So we're back on. It's the next day or 2 days later. There's been actually many days past during this video, so I'm not videoing everything. So I'm redoing again. I've redone these facets here at the 48 and 96 several times to get them right. And I'm gonna keep, yes, and I have to do the lines, as you can see there. I'm gonna keep doing it until I get those. Oh, yes, that's the wave. There you go. You see the wave there. Now you can see what I'm talking about. And again, those I have to redo them until I get them correctly. So I keep going back and forth until I get exactly what I want. I'm keeping track of everything that I'm doing just in case. So also for polishing. But I'm keeping track in the order I'm doing it. But sometimes because I redo the facet, so the entire tier, so I cross out what I'd done before and put in the new description, the new numbers. And yes, there is my 60,000 grit polishing disc. Sometimes it works perfect. Sometimes it creates more scratches than it removes, because I think there's some kind of it has something impregnated in it that's not supposed to be there, only in some areas of the disc at certain points. And there's nothing I can do about it. Here I'm polishing some of some of the wavy in the pavilion, the wavy part, and there's those sapphires again. I'm so proud of those sapphires. Yeah, so finally I got down to the proper. So this is, I already know now what I'm gonna do. Now I'm just gonna cut the actual facets that I'm gonna keep all around. So for the pavilion, I'm almost done the pavilion. I have just a few more facets and then polish. And there's those beautiful, beautiful Vietnamese sapphires again. Some gorgeous colors. Again, if someone's interested, please let me. Here I'm finishing up. The stone is starting to look really nice. I like it. I actually like this design. And I think I'm gonna call it Wavy Water, because that's what I got the idea in my mind from. I wanted to have, yet it is symmetrical, as symmetrical as I can make it. It's my first try, and I hope other people will see this and will enjoy it as much as I envisioned they would. I think it's a beautiful design. It's a large stone. I hope it's going to be brilliant as, because it's very extremely clean inside. So I hope I give it what it deserves. And here I'm almost done. I think I'm polishing the last facets on the pavilion, and then it will be time to remove it from the quill and then transfer it, do dop transfer, and then my next video, part 2, will be doing the crown and the table. So I'm gonna look a little bit at the stone. Yeah, here's I'm polishing the last facet on the pavilion that I haven't polished yet. I'm gonna do the girdle after I finish the crown. So yeah, here it is. That's the pavilion. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you in part 2. And I have a feeling this is gonna be a gorgeous, gorgeous stone.